Okay, kids, it's time for another edition of This Old Cabin. Here we are. We're getting her all the moss chinking I'm getting done. I'm cutting foam from the ceiling, getting it squared away, as you can see, starting to get it. Awful cold morning this morning for hunting. But I stayed out there for about an hour or two and didn't see nothing other than them bear tracks. Yay, there's a lot of them, so they'll be around today. There'll be some deer around today. I might go hunting here in just a little bit. But I got me a fire started up in the whole fireplace. Got a bunch of wood on there. So when I do get cold, I can come back in here and warm up. Other than that, getting that all done, I got to pull this board off and measure out how big a piece of stuff I need in there. Plexiglass. And I gotta, when I come back from hunting, I'll bring one or two of them logs in here. After I get done with that, I'll bring the logs, put them outside, and then when I'm ready, I'll bring them in and I'll cut them up, and I'm going to case that window. I'm going to take them boards down, put a casing in there, measure it out, and I got to write both these down so when I go down the hill, I can go ahead and cut my plexiglass and bring them up tomorrow. Then I'll have windows in here. It'll be a lot brighter in here, especially without that black plastic on there and this board on here. It'll let in a lot more light. And then we're going to go a little bit later today, if I can get all that done. If I can get it all done. Then I'm going to go ahead and make up some buckets of mud chinking. And I'm going to continue on, but I'm going to start with this wall here because it's over the fireplace. I want to try and get as much of this done as I can. I got to pull out some moss. I got to pull this board off. That's why I've been moving stuff around. Get it around this door. I may just moss chink that. Who knows? I'll moss chink the windows. This one I already started with mud. But, so I might as well just do them all in mud. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And then, yeah, we're going to get this thing going. I'm going to get this chinking done in the next few days while I'm hunting. I still have to go down and process my buck. He's been hanging, but it's been really, really cold. So he's not going to rot. He's like chilling in a freezer. So it's not going to be nothing. I may go down there later today and go ahead and cut him up. But I need to go over to a friend's house and go get the meat grinder back. I'm going to make a lot of hamburger out of him. Other than the back straps, I think I'm going to make a lot of hamburger because we've got roasts and steaks and everything else cut up. I had 3 big bags of hamburger. We've already gone through that. Plus, I gave one away to some people that like deer, but they can't hunt. So I gave a big roast and a big old bag of hamburger away. And off one of the other deers that I got, I think it was my, was it my big doe? Yeah, it's my big doe. I took one of the big roasts off the hind end, cut it all up. It was about 20 pounds worth of meat. Took it over to my friend's house with the meat grinder, and he proceeded to grind that up into like hamburger, and then smoked it and make jerky out of it. And he gave me some jerky out of it. Man, that stuff is good. It's like candy. Oh, it's awesome. So anyways, I'm just sitting here getting my P's and Q's in. So I don't want to make this video too long because I'm probably going to do a little bit more hunting, and then I'm going to fill up my coffee cup, take my coffee cup down, so I got something warm to drink while I'm sitting there waiting. And take old Cougar down there. That's my 30-06. And get ready to do some murdering. We're going to murder animals. That's right. We're going to kill them. We're going to just shoot the hell out of them. It's going to sound like World War III up here. That's it. One shot, one kill. That's what we want to do. So anyways, so I guess I got the sniper's creed. So anyways, yeah, we're just kind of warming up here for just a few. I made up some hot coffee and made the fire. And while I was doing all that, while it was catching, everything was boiling and doing what it was supposed to do, I was up here cutting some more of this foam. But when I come back from hunting, the rest of that moss chinking up there is going to do. And then I'm going to go around to each one of these little holes because I cut some foam out of there. I may cut just a little bit more and press up some chinking in here. Get it all chinked up. Same on that side. I've been kind of cutting it back, and I want to press chinking back in there. I really don't want the foam. I want the chinking back in there. Just in case some kind of bug or something wants to get in here. And I have to take the knife and cut all this up, all that up, and then chink it, make my plug up there. Yay. Pull down all this other stuff. I'll go ahead and cut this before I do all the chinking. I'll cut all this up, and even there in the middle, get all the excess cut off. And yeah, all that stuff up there. Gonna get it all cut up. So, and I've got a little bit more to do on this, a little bit more to do on this. These high screws that are up here, I'm not worried about them. Even these little ones right here that are sticking out, I'm kind of bending these ones over just in case. But for the most part, getting the chinking done. This right here, these little holes right here, I'm not worried about those because when I do the mud like this, I'm going to press the mud up around these logs here. And then pressing mud down in here like I've been doing. There's a little hole there. This is where I was ending up with the end of the bucket, so I'll be putting a little bit more here. This ain't too bad right in here. And yeah, we're going to keep going. And once I get this entire wall done over here, then I'm going to switch to that wall over there. Because it's, like I said, once I get it down to where the roof lays right here, and this is all enclosed, I get this fire going in here. It'll heat up in here, and it'll be nice and warm for when I'm working down below. And then as I get all the chinking done, it will get warmer and warmer and warmer. So pretty soon it'll be like, man, I'm going to have to take off all my clothes because it's too damn warm in here. But I'm not going to get naked. That would be weird. Me up in my cabin, naked, working with mud. That kind of sounds like I'd be sitting around with Cheetos and Jell-O, naked, on a beanbag chair. That wouldn't work neither. But anyways, no, I got some, like I said, I got some moss chinking to pull out of those pieces of wood there. I'm going to mud up the door. I'm going to mud that. And all this extra chinking, because I've got some over here behind the plastic, I'll pull that off when I pull the plastic off. I'm going to start on this end and go that way. And then when I get that done, I'll just pull it off, throw it outside. My chinking pile is getting lower. This is all rocks from when I was mudding. So all these I'm going to gather up and put them over on the downhill side for my little path in here. So it kind of boosts it up to where I've got a nice little walking path through there. And then I'll eventually cover that all up with dirt. So it will be nice and level and flat and everything. Man, you ought to see the icicles off the roof of this thing. It's pretty. I mean, I didn't get this all cut straight. I mean, I wobby-jobbied the hell out of it. But the long boards are gone. Let me show you what I did. Everybody's going to laugh. Everybody's going to laugh. So, I wanted to make it straight. How straight is that? Not very. I kind of got off track. I went, ew. And then, you know what? I could take it and cut back this way and then go that way and just make it a short. But I ain't going to just leave it the way it is. I don't care. It's just a hunting cabin. I don't care. But yeah, I got to get the rest of this all done. And I'm going to go hunting right over there. Right down that path right there. That's the way I come up. And my hunting chair's right over there. And then just below that is the corn pile. And you know what happens at the corn pile? Everything likes to come and eat it. And then back over this way, I haven't even been over here. Let's go take a walk. Let's go take a... Jesus Christ, I just got snow down my neck. Ow. That's okay. We don't mind. I haven't been back here since the other day when I cut up some wood. I didn't cut it all up, but I haven't been back here. This is all back here. This is where that log is. Those couple logs I got to cut up for some boards. Yeah, it's going to snow like Wednesday or something. After all this snowfall and stuff, I'll clean these logs off and we'll get to cutting them up. Ooh, look. Look, what we got here? What kind of prints are these? They're big. Oh, God, they're bear. These are bear. That's bear print. See that bear print? Here's my hand. Pretty good size. So, he's been back here munching on the corn. That corn pile's about destroyed. Look how big these bear prints are. It's a big bear. See, they're chewing up the corn pile. And the deer come in here too. And right next to it, right in here, is the deer cane. But look where the bear prints are going. They're walking straight down over in there. And it looks like it curves off and goes around. So he's over there somewhere and he's walking around and coming up and getting in this corn pile. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, as long as I know that they're around, this is my cabin's right there. And just past this log, I don't see where he went up. Let's see. So we're gonna, big bear print, big bear print, big bear print. There's another one. I kind of stepped on a few of them. There's a big bear print. There's that really big one. Just right there. Okay, and then he goes, he kind of looks, and then, well, it stops. Stops right there. Huh, wonder where he went. It looks like there's, oh, he went up right there. Ah, he goes up this side right here. Or he turned around. No, he went up right here. Right there. Because I can see some bear prints up there. They're right up there. Yeah. See right there where all the snow's been disturbed? He went up above. So they're around. So this is one bear back here. 3 more over there. So this one here, this is a big bear. I got some bear hunting to do. I can take two this year on my tags. So we're gonna see what happens. I was expecting deer prints back here, not bear. There's on the other side where all the bear prints are at. A lot of bear prints, but there is some deer prints. They were in there eating too. So, but it looks like the bears were in here either early this morning or late last night. This one over here where we were just at, there's a little bit of snow covering, and it snowed a little bit last night. It quit about 7:30ish, and then it snowed a little bit between 9 and 10. So he was up here about 7:30ish, put his bear prints in there, and then it's got a little light dusting of snow. So yeah, he was up there last night. So that gives me a kind of a time frame on when he's coming up here. And oh yeah, we get it going, but we're gonna go hunt down there, right down there. So I'm gonna make this rather short and sweet. Go back in here. Look at my fire. It's going good. And so I'm gonna make sure this is all good. Got some logs on it. I'm gonna put my coat on after I shake off all this snow that I just decided to get down my neck. And we're gonna go do a little bit of hunting. So, in the meantime, you know what time it is. See ya!